What's up, everybody? This is Tony Moze, and today I want to talk about my experience modeling for Maps Modeling, New York City and Boston. So this, I found out, wasn't necessarily modeling. It was in preparation for it. And I'm going to lead you through the journey to let you know, if you were to encounter this company, what you might get into. All right, what some things you need to be concerned about, and just want to know if it's legit, right? So here we go. I found out about Maps Modeling, MAPS, through an Instagram ad, right? An Instagram pop-up ad. And I said, you know what? I'm in this time of my life. I think I want to do this. I've acted before. I just did a photo shoot with another company, that I paid for. They do like, is it called on demand or whatever? It's kind of like they drive to you and then they do photos. It's called Snapper. So I had just done a photo shoot, and granted, I'll have to talk about my experience with Snapper in a little bit, or at least in the next video. But it got me prepped up. It got me some motivation and at least momentum and inspiration to continue. So I said, let me try this. Who's to say what's going to happen with that? So I fill out the ad on Instagram and I get a call back, or at least I get an email back from an individual, but it wasn't from Maps. That's the thing. It didn't say Maps, at least on the Instagram ad. It said something else. And the man who emailed me was from a different email address. And I forget what it was called, but it's not Map Studios. So he emails me from this, but then when I respond to him and say, oh, I'm available, he's like, what time can we talk to you on the phone? Because I want to talk to you about, about what this, what this entails and what you're going to be doing and blah, blah, blah. And we try to coordinate a time. And then when he responds back, I get another email address. It's just from a different address. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I want to see what this is all about. Schedule it. I get a call from him, right, finally. And you could hear in the background, it sounds almost like a telemarketer. Like in the background, like, he has maybe 50 or 100 other people working the cubicle, cold calling or cold outreaching to people like me to do this whole modeling thing. And the way this guy positions it is like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Nobody gets this. And I saw your photo and wow, like I look at hundreds and thousands of photos every day, and you really have the look, and we would love to photograph you and get a photo shoot of you, because we really believe that you have potential, and I see it. Like, you look really good. And of course, I gave him this photo that you see here. That I'm gonna put right there. That was from the previous photo shoot with a different company, and I had enjoyed it. And I loved all those photos that I got, and that's what it sparked that's what piqued my interest into continuing doing more. So he then says, "Hey, are you in or not?" Basically, after he gives his whole spiel about what this place is, and he says, Maps Modeling. I'm like, wait a minute, but you're part of Cost Studios or whatever. Oh, well, they own another studio called Map Studio, and by the way, there's two different offices. One's in New York City and the other one's in Boston. I guess when you come down to Texas, because that's where he was based out of, his office apparently. When you come down to Texas, you're going to see it's just one, he didn't say conglomerate, but it's just one umbrella, and this is a subsidiary of it. And me, of course, loving business, I go, okay, fine. I guess that makes sense that this is like a subsidiary, that branches off into franchises. I'm like, all right, whatever. So go ahead. So he goes, okay. So after you heard what I heard and everything, do you want to move forward? And I said yes. He goes, okay. Well, just let you know up front. So you people who are watching here on YouTube, it's $50 up front. So the $50 is basically allowing you to do this 3 to 4 hour photo shoot that you would do in your respective area. They have one in New York City, they have one in Boston, they have one in Austin, Texas, and then a couple other locations. I think California, maybe even internationally. I don't remember. But it's $50 to do this 4 hour photo shoot, right? because apparently who's going to be at the photo shoot is going to be the one photographer, the cosmetologist who does the makeup prior to you getting on the set. And then of course they have that wonderful umbrella looking thing that I always say that photographers use for lighting and stuff like that, and to do all that great stuff in that studio. And then also they have another person who actually does all the editing of the photos, and they do it right on the spot. So $50, and then they say, and then he says, look, you know, you could try this out, you know, if we think you're a fit, or if the person who the consultant you talk to at the end of the photo shoot thinks you're a fit, then you'll start considering maybe doing packages, and packages start at $395 and then go up. And I'm like, okay. He goes, but just remember, if you don't want to do this, if you don't want to move forward after that, just chalk it up as a great experience, and, you know, and you could take the money back. It's a refund. But just understand the $50 locks you in. If you cancel, we have the right to take the money back or take the money away, you know, to keep it for us. We don't give a refund, but if you do go and you attend, the $50 gets refunded. And I'm like, okay, cool, great, I'll do that. If it's only $50 and I can get the money back, fine. And anyways, it's $50, who cares? I'm chalking it up to a great experience. Just an experience where I can start posing again and just getting in for it. Then he also sent me a couple emails, obviously for confirming me purchasing it. And then also there's like an info stuff of what to expect when you're in the studio and what to bring with you. So you're supposed to be bringing 3 different outfits. The first one's gonna be a white t-shirt with blue jeans, and you're gonna be barefoot. The second outfit is gonna be kind of like athletic wear, sports wear. I don't know, some people could go shirtless and just, you know, for some guys. Maybe women are wearing sports bra and their whatever and shorts. I chose to wear kind of like an Under Armour, like, you know, shirt that's like this kind of material, and my shorts, and then what I basically wear to the gym. You know, my Nike sneakers, ankle high socks. And then so it's 4 outfits. And then the third outfit is what you would wear with when you just go out with your friends. Maybe if you go out on a date. You know, so that could be anything. I mean, look, if you're up here in New England, I don't know. To be honest with you, I personally feel for women, their fashion is less clothes, right? Like skirts, dresses, and such. While men's style and fashion, where we shine, is wearing a lot of stuff, like an overcoat, a suit, you know, a blazer with a button up, with pants, jeans with the Chelsea boots. You know what I'm saying? The gloves, the leather gloves, the scarf. Like, I feel like for women, it's less clothing. That's what I've noticed thus far. And then for men, it's like what's fashionable and what looks appealing to the social mass is us and more, wearing more. So women less, men more. So anyways, the third outfit is basically what you would wear as a man to, or what you would wear hanging out with your friends. What you would wear going out just on a night, or hanging out, going out. And the last one is very formal wear. So you can choose to wear a full suit, or you could just do the blazer with the button up. I chose to do my blazer. I chose to do this that you see here. And I haven't shown you like what the outcome of the photos were yet. Right now I'm showing you photos from a session I did with another company. So that's what I decided to wear as my 4th outfit. And they recommended that you bring at least 2 versions of outfit 2 and outfit 3, right? So you have 4 different outfits: the white shirt and the blue pants, the athletic wear, the what you would wear out with your friends, and then the very formal or suit wear. And then within outfit number 2 and 3, you can choose to bring an extra set of clothing. So that would give you a total of 6, if not 7, if you wanted to bring total different outfits and combinations. So I brought 6, right? So we scheduled a time for me to get there on a certain date. It's in Boston, and I go there, and the studio looks really nice, right? It's located like in between Charlestown and Cambridge. So it's near Bunker Hill Community College. If anybody's up in Boston, then sure. But nevertheless, it's in Boston, okay? And I get there, and it's actually nice inside. It looks nicely done, looks like it's new. I'm even wondering if it's a pop-up place, you know, just because it's just so nice. But there's also other like culinary restaurants nearby where like culinary students can flex their skills to people, and people pay a low price to eat. And then there's a bar and nice restaurants there on the side of these buildings. You know, it's kind of like a industrial building, kind of, right? But it's very nice. It's a little posh. And I get there, and you know, you get into the studio, and there's a room. There's 3 different rooms. There's the main room, the main photo shoot room. My camera cut off. So, yeah, so I get inside and I come in. Place looks nice. Looking on go into the left room, and in the left room is where the cosmetologists are, and there's other people in there too, and they're sitting, waiting. You know, there's like 2 large sofas and nice open windows so you could look outside. Again, it's a very nice looking place. So you get there, you check in, and they make you fill out some paperwork. There's also lighting with large mirrors too for the makeup artists to be able to obviously do your makeup. And there's people waiting. So I wasn't the only one there. There was several people there, and they told me, they told me to give myself about 3 to 4 hours for the photo shoot. Probably because there's only 2 photographers, one editor for all the photos, because they're just cranking them out, taking the photos and then giving it to the woman to edit it, and then there's that woman who finalizes it, which I'm gonna get to that, because that was where it kind of made me a little upset. But here we go. So I go in, you know, I have my outfits, whatever, all in like a suit case, you know, a case, like a nice little bag for suits. I had my 6 outfits, and I fill out a form, and it's supposed to talk about like my stats, like my address, my height, my weight, my waist size, my chest size, and a couple other things too. Why did I come here? What was the inspiration? Also, the really interesting thing too was the guy on the phone who had scheduled for me to come to this place. He kept mentioning over and over and over again my position, my job role. And I was like, why is that so important to you? Oh, you know, well, we just like to, you know about different people's, we like to know about a variety of people who come in, what their just backgrounds are. Just nothing big. But I'll tell you, this is how it relates to the end. So he's like, okay, yep, software sales, okay, software sales, okay, software sales, okay. He kept saying that on the phone. I'm like, all right. So I get in there, right? And I sit there, and they said, all right, well, there's 2 photographers, just, you're gonna be paired with this photographer guy. And he's gonna call you in. So get into your outfit, whatever, or at least before that, she actually measured my chest, measured my waist, and then also took my height, and then, said, all right, put on your first outfit, and then come sit here, and I'm gonna do your makeup. So she put like foundation or concealer or whatever, just stuff to at least like not give me the appearance of like, no baggy eyes, because I was really tired. I didn't get good sleep the night before. She said, oh, we're gonna put this stuff on you to give you, just to make you look a little more alive. Yeah, they put the makeup on, and then I sat and I waited, and then, yeah, the experience, I'll tell you, between the makeup artists and the photographers, positive, right? They were nice people, they were kind, they were professional, they were courteous. The photographer was nice individual. I think since they have so many people coming in and out, they have hundreds of people coming in and out all day, all week. They don't have time for you to be like, all right, try that pose again. They did that a couple times, but it was just like, do this pose, okay, take a picture. Now do this pose and take a picture. If I did, they're like, all right, wait, no, you're not doing it the right way. Do it like this. They would like redirect you, or recorrect you or whatever. But for the most part, they're just cranking out photos, right? Then I get into my next outfit, which is the sports outfit. And she sprays this olive oil kind of spray, whatever, in a can on my arms and legs to obviously bring out my biceps and my tonality. And again, I'm going to show you the photos of how everything came out. But I did that one, and that was okay, right? That was about 2 to 3 hours. And, you know, at the end when you're done, there's this woman that comes out every so often to bring all of us in one by one. And apparently from what I was told in the call, that you'd get into this room, she would sit down and show you all the photos that you took, and then you would pick and choose the photo you wanted, and then that's it. You could then, you know, or, you know, then you'd go home with it. But they made it seem like, well, if we think you're a fit, we will give it to you. If not, we throw them away. Like it's like the McDonald's foods at the end of the night, at the end of the shift with photos. They just crank them out, and then whoever doesn't take it, they just throw it away. So this woman's coming in and out with all the people who took the photos. And I'm waiting there, like it's late now. It's super late, and it's myself and this other individual, and we're waiting. And I'm like, oh my God. And she spent a long time with this other guy. And I'm like, why did she take? I was like, are they like hooking up or something in there? Like she's spending way longer than some other people. But when she comes out, apparently she's like, look, man, I know this is getting late, and I really need to get home. And I figured, let me just give you the high level overview of what we do, and blah blah blah. And then I will take you in one by one, and then we can talk about your photos and next steps. But what she also said was very subtle, and I caught on to it. And she goes, out of the talk that she was saying, she's like, and normally I don't let anyone leave here without buying something. Very salesy. She's like, oh, I make sure that someone is leaving here buying something, purchasing something. I'm like, my gosh. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna keep that in mind. Finally, I get into she calls me in, says, hey, come into the room, come into the office and check out these photos. So all the photos are there. There's about 40 photos that I took, but she quickly goes through the folder and goes, these are the ones that are good. And I think that's all part of the sales tactic, to make her position herself to be, I am the resource. I am the go-to person who knows this stuff. I am the person who knows about what looks good. And granted, yes, you think after they've been working with so many different people, they obviously have a good eye of who's gonna, who looks good, who could perhaps be successful. And she pulls up the photos and she says, these are the ones that are good. And I'm like, you know what? To be honest with you, those photos she pulled up were good, but I also wanted to see the other photos as well. And she said, look, like, your look is good. I think you can be in sports. Like, you definitely could fit for sports. And I can definitely see you. She mainly said like Nike and Reebok and Adidas and a couple other sports stuff. She said that was like number one. And then she was like also thinking Calvin Klein. Whatever that's true or not, even though the photos look really good, maybe I'll decide to push out some of those photos on here if you want to see now or at the end to surprise you on how they came out. Yeah. So we're going through the photos, and she's like, "Oh, you have the look. Oh my God, look how you smirk." And she's also calling. She's like, "Oh, that's okay, babe." She's calling me babe. She's calling me handsome. I was just saying, this one thing is she says that someplace else, but the next thing she's saying that from a professional standpoint, like from a work standpoint. She's calling me babe. She's calling me handsome. She's calling me sweetie, sweetheart. She goes, whatever you want, babe. Whatever you want, handsome. Whatever you want. Like, she's buttering me up. And that's why I would probably making her a good salesperson, is because she's using these tactics. So she picks the photos herself versus allowing me to pick the photos. And then she said, look, you have this look. It looks great. I can see you doing really well for this. Now, if you want, you can choose. And there's 4 different packages. I wish I could show you some of the packages. The packages are, there's I think a 4-tiered system that they have as this MAPS business model. The first one is you'll just get 12 photos for $395. The second one is you get 24 photos, and then you also get digital, and then you get a couple other types of things. I forget what it all comes on. And then the third tier is the, I forgot, other deluxe package where now they make a website for you and they put you out somewhere. And then the fourth one is like, I think about $1,000, $2,000. No, actually, no, it's way more. It was like about $4,000 to $6,000. And this is apparently where they do the dirty work for you. They do that dirty work of looking for agents and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, man, I don't know about this stuff. You know, the whole time they were buttering me up from beginning to end. They led this lamb to slaughter. And look, I'm not upset about the experience. I'm glad I got a chance to do the modeling and get some photos out of it. Because by the way, I didn't go with any of those packages. And, you know, I was supposed to get that $50 refunded if I didn't want the photos. But I actually liked it a lot. I liked a lot of the photos. And she's like, look, take 2 of these. If you don't want to do any of that, because I told her, like, look, man, I'm on a budget at this moment. I can't do this. There's a great photos, but unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to decline. She's like, all right, well, how about this? Take 2 of your best photos that you liked from here, and you can take that for $50. And we'll, you know, but if you take it, we reserve the right to take the $50. I'm like, all right, great, thanks for cornering me into this, but you know, it's one thing I got the photos and I'm happy and the quality came out good. It's the next thing that I got that sales tactic, right? And here are the photos, right? This is my sports photo, and then this is my my formal photo, right? So, all in all, if I say, I think the whole, generally, you know, if I were to rate the experience of Maps Studios or whatever modeling with this other service was, I'm gonna give it a 3 into a potential 4. 3 because the overall experience was definitely positive, right? The cosmetologist or the makeup artists were positive and professional, and they made me look really good. And the photographers too took some really good photos, and then also the editing was also really good. And the process was generally good. You know, that last part though, I could definitely take away. That whole waiting for an hour and I'm freaking hungry, starving. I could have taken that away, and that whole sales tactic, I could have taken that away. So I would say tread on your own risk. The thing about this is when you get the photos, they'll look very nice. And so if you're considering acting, if you're considering modeling, if you're considering being like maybe just like a person like in one of these magazine photos or college catalogs, you know, where you see these kids just hanging out in college and they're smiling at a table or whatever, doing their, studying. Like if that's the route you want to go to, I mean, I would say that'd be great because for about $400 you get 12 really nice photos. They did a really good job. I wish I could have taken some more of the photos, but I was in such a high pressured place that I'm just like, I'm not doing this. And to be honest with you, I'm going to bring up the photos again from the previous company, because the previous company I did a shoot with at my place, they're called Snapper. Right, Snapper, and they hire contracting photographers to come out, and I could perhaps give my a video on that. But here's the Snapper photo, and then here's the Maps modeling photo of just even that suit idea, that outfit idea. So yeah, guys, that's all for my talk today on this and my review on Maps. If you had the same experience through Maps, please leave a comment below. I can also leave some links there so you can check them out and see what you think. But yeah, I also like to know if you can talk about, in the comment section about your experiences with either modeling services, or these kind of agencies like this that, are basically just building your portfolio. They're not a modeling agency or whatever. They're more like getting you that foundational photos, that portfolio, so then you could ship it off to, or distribute or promote it to potential modeling agencies. So I'd love to have a discussion with you on that here. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch any more, please subscribe.